Hey, Slash Lady Buckaroos, how the heck are you? I thought I'd come back here, do at least one more today. I always have to get a late night in on a Saturday anyway. But we're doing some beer. We're going to change it up a notch here. I had the two cocktails. Take it down a little bit. I got a couple beers I want to have with you. There we go. Want to make sure that was working there. So, excuse me. So I've got a couple from Minocqua here. This is their Snowflake Holiday Ale. Since we're rounding the corner from the holidays, I figured I better finish these up. But they're really good. Just a beautiful winter IPA, very similar to a Sierra Nevada Celebration. I'm not saying it's a clone. I'm just saying there are some similarities, meaning it has that big malt backbone, those big old school hops. It's not that fruity. It's not that Fruity Pebbles IPA. No, this is an IPA for people that like beer. Yeah, you can see that color. Kind of an amber. I'm about half colorblind, but it's not that golden. It's hard to tell. Again, in my hand, it looks different than it looks on the screen. In my hand, I'm getting kind of a reddish hue, but it looks a deeper amber when I see it on the screen there. Oh, mercy. Yeah, that beige or almost like eggshell head there. Oh, mercy, Percy. Anyways, how the heck are you? Seems like I go through a stretch at the end of the year where I don't get many weekends off. And I'm not complaining, mind you, because I like working the extra hours. So I usually work on a Saturday and or a Sunday, as folks want days off during the holidays. Being an old guy, I don't need as many days off as the younger folks do. I've been through all that, right? My kids are raised, and so we're not worried about that anymore. But I've had a stretch of a couple weekends off in a row. I think I've got next weekend off, and the following, then I work a Saturday again. I don't mind working Saturdays because, the tips are good. So, and there used to be a time in previous careers when I had a weekend off that I would not be home. If we had a weekend off, my wife would go, oh, God, here we go again, because I would want to pack a bag and be gone for a night. And I don't even want to leave the house anymore. Got a weekend out now. A perfect weekend for me anymore is when I don't have to put clothes on. I can spend the whole day in my sweats or jammies. I am good. This beer is so tasty. Actually, I'm going to get out a little bit tomorrow, though. I get to spend a day with my granddaughter. We're going to go see Hopper, so I'm excited about that. And I get to have popcorn because she likes popcorn. And if I go to the movies with my wife, she won't let me have popcorn. That's not 100% true. That's the spin I'm going with. So the problem is that I don't process popcorn as well as I did at one time. And the other problem is that I can't eat popcorn like a normal person. Meaning, if all there is available, if somebody just gives me a bowl, it's got roughly 1 cup of popcorn, I will eat it all, put the bowl down, and not ask for any more. But if there's an endless supply of popcorn, as there is, as there is at the theater, I will keep eating the popcorn until there isn't any. But the problem is, I will keep eating that popcorn until it's gone, and then they give us more. I don't have willpower with popcorn. I'm terrible. I can't stop eating it. I once described popcorn to somebody many years ago as dessert or a treat. He says popcorn's not dessert or a treat; it's a snack. Okay, to me, it's a treat. I can have popcorn for dessert. If you want it to be a snack, it can be a snack for you. In my house, it was always a treat. And part of that was because when we had popcorn at home, Dad would give us back in those days. They had these big Hershey bars. They would break off a square, so we'd have these. You use a little bit of chocolate with the popcorn. It's just perfect. Anyways, I digress. Oh. For my 8th birthday, I actually got a popcorn popper. I was 8 years old, and I asked for a popcorn popper. It was from Hamilton Beach, but it was the Joe Namath. We're going back away. The Joe Namath Butter Up Popper, yeah. So it was before the Stir Crazy. So at that time, they didn't have the little metal bars that moved the popcorn around. It just sat there. So sometimes it burned a little bit. So when they came up with the little things that moved the popcorn, that was brilliant. But anyway, at that time, it just sat there, and you could kind of jiggle it a little bit. And I did. I usually stand there and stare at it and jiggle it because it had the little handles on the side. But but it had the deal up top where you put the butter melted in the popcorn, and it would just it would become one with the popcorn. But you would be you wouldn't be like the melted greasy butter popcorn. It would be part of the popcorn. So some of those would almost be like crystallized popcorn. Those would be perfect, right? Those are the perfect pieces. But if I would make a batch, and if nobody else wanted anything, and this is at 8 years old, I would eat that whole bucket of popcorn myself. I recognize it as a problem. I recognize it. And I can go without eating popcorn for periods of time. Every once in a while, I'll just crave some, but I can only make what I want to eat. If I make more than that, and again, I will eat as much popcorn as there is. I can't stop. I could have a couple beers or a couple cocktails and recognize I probably need to slow down or wait a little bit. But I can't do that with popcorn. Popcorn's all in, man. I'm going till it's gone, baby, gone. My brother got one of those air poppers, and he really liked that. But for me, problem with the air poppers are that they have absolutely no flavor. That air does pop the corn, no doubt, but without any oil, butter, or anything, there is no flavor on that corn. But my brother has very simple tastes. He's rather picky. He doesn't want anything seasoned. So for him, the air popper was perfect. Now I gotta have that right salt. I gotta use proper popcorn salt. I have to have the right butter. I mean, I could use regular butter, but if I have good Irish butter to melt over, oh my God. I will do my version of gourmet popcorn here. But tomorrow I get to go to the theater without the warden looking over me, telling me, how much have you had already? Although I'll hear it later when I'm complaining. So you should have known better. Anyway, oh, mercy. This Snowflake Ale is just brilliant. I like about everything I've had from these guys. They're just an incredible brewery out of Minocqua, Wisconsin. I know I'm not going to be able to get there this year, but I'm hoping maybe next year to make a pilgrimage out there. There's one brewery I'd really love to visit because of the good things that they do and what they stand for. They're fighting against fascism and bigotry and ignorance, and I want to applaud them for doing that and being able to take a stand while making fine beer in the process. So anyway, I salute you. Oh. Well, both my wife and I have been trying to watch our diet a little better this year. We're not going crazy about it, but we're eating more chicken and fish, less carbs. I haven't cut it out completely, but I mean, there's just certain things I'm gonna have, man. But we're gradually shrinking the portions. Only have one slice of bacon for breakfast. Got to cut down a little bit, but I need to be a little better on my exercise regime. I am seeing I see someone once a week to exercise with, but you know, there are some weeks that one of us has to postpone for one reason or another. So I need to, you know, be more vigilant by doing stuff on my own here. But I can notice, even though I haven't noticed a lot of weight loss, I have noticed a lot of, I feel better. I've got more motion in areas I didn't have before. So, you know, I'm taking the small victories, but I know I need to lose a significant amount of weight. So I'm hoping this year I can really make some differences. And it may not seem so during this particular video, but I have been drinking less beer. Oh, been buying less. So I get a shipment from Minocqua once a month. I get 4 4-packs from them, and because of that, I haven't been buying much. I bought some on Super Bowl Sunday, you know, specifically for that reason. But I hadn't bought much before. I haven't bought anything since then, other than those deliveries once a month from them. So I'm cutting back on what I'm buying. Oh, mercy. Uh-oh. Let me set this beer down for a minute. We're going to change it up a little bit. So I've got another one from Minocqua. I've got their, excuse me, their Resistance Pilsner here. The Resistance Pilsner at 4.8%. I read the story earlier in the video, so I'm not going to do it now. But again, I like what this brewery stands for. A percentage of the proceeds from the sales of this beer go to progressive causes. Together, we can move this country in the right direction, one beer at a time. So I like what these guys do. So I wanted to show you that. I'm going to get to that here shortly. As I finish this one up, Slancia. So before I pour that out, I also want to share another company with you. They're the distillery or the whiskey and spirit and of what Minocqua is to beer. They are that to the whiskey and spirits, and they are Republic Restoratives. And I have their apple brandy finished bourbon. It's an 88 proof. From the neighborhood bars to the corner stores, the front steps to the blocks we call home, Burroughs built America. And these spaces, movements took shape, strikes, marches, rebellions, Burroughs are where solidarity begins. So again, much like Minocqua, these products aren't available here in Missouri, but I am able to have them shipped to me. So I had a shipment where I bought this, their Purpose Rye, and their Fascist Tears vodka. It was a 3-pack. I bought it back in November. I bought the 3-pack. The shipping was free. So, and I still have some of all three, believe it or not. So I got this Burrow bourbon here. I got probably just a little more of the Purpose Rye, but it's a little bigger at 100 proof. So we're gonna leave that for another day. So let me pour this Resistance Pilsner. Oh, nice. Look at the color here. This is a nice straw. It's a very nicely done American Pilsner. Oh, very clean, very crisp. Oh, mercy. All right, so let me take a little bit of this Burrow bourbon. This apple brandy finish. So I bought this back in the fall, right, or November. Apple brandy, so it does have that fall appeal to it, which is why I bought it at that time. But I didn't want to finish it quickly. I've been using it sparingly, right? I brought it out right at Thanksgiving. Then I put it back and brought it out for Christmas and then New Year's. And I've got, well, probably about a third of a bottle left, maybe a little more than a quarter, maybe not quite a third. But it's just an incredibly done bourbon. At 88 proof. Oh, mercy. A little bit of spice. It's an apple brandy finish, but you do get that. You almost get that that spice candied apple kind of feel about it, right? It's a little sweet. You get that little bit of cinnamon with the apple. Oh man, it's just gorgeous. I haven't opened this one for a while, so I kind of forgot about it. But boy, those flavors are just gorgeous. Yeah, you feel a cinnamon, a little bit of sweetness there, almost like a spiced candied apple kind of thing going on. Oh, biscuits. Anyways, I digress. Oh. Oh. Anyway, lunch. Oh, nice. Oh, this Pilsner is just done so well. Oh. Anyways, I digress. I am Tom, the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and I'm also Tom, the Beer Whisperer, Beer Evangelist, prolific beer drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and all around good guy. Sláinte, thanks for tuning in.